I am no artist, but look what I drew today. Oh, oof. It has a really crappy Chris knife, a skeleton key, a snake with a red belly. This is phosphorus because that word came up a lot when I was discovering her. Or I guess she was yelling at me like, hey, guess what? You're following me. And then, of course, Hekate's wheel and my initials and Hekate. I choose to spell it with a K. I know a lot of people spell it with the C. It can go either way. I know traditionally I think it was spelled with a C, but I don't know. I just like that spelling more. I was going to make a response to her video, which is basically asking the question, why did you choose your path? And then I realized that I haven't really made a video yet that explains what my path is, even. So here's the video. And I'll probably explain why throughout it as well, so there you go. 2 in 1. Freebie. So, I believe, beyond everything else, in a universal energy. I believe that Jesus, Buddha, I believe that the god and the goddess, I believe that all, actually, of the gods and goddesses, and anything that is lifted high, or this glass, or this little skull, or me, or you, or anything is made up of this energy. I believe that this energy can personify something that you, at that stage in your life, respond to more. Therefore, maybe you are a Christian for part of your life. Then maybe for another part of your life, you are Wiccan. Then for another part of your life, maybe you look into, you know, the Jewish faith or something like that. I think that there is no wrong, because it's all right for you at that time. I guess in a way, when it comes down to it, I'm kind of a universalist. I think that every goddess and god is that same energy, and you pick the one that you will attune yourself with best at that point. For me right now, that goddess is definitely Hekate. She is my matron. I don't have a patron. I'm still struggling with this, actually, because I know a lot of Wiccans, especially, for instance, Dianic Wicca, says that you do not need the masculine side to balance it, because the crone is the balance, for instance. Even though Hekate is the 3 and the 1, she is Maiden Mother and crone. She's still looked at mainly as a crone. And I've often wondered what male figure could match up to that. And you know, it never came to me until talking right now, but I think that would probably be Grandfather Sky. Yeah. For a while growing up, I was very into Native, and everything was Great Spirit. And instead of thinking of Jesus when I said Great Spirit, or God when I said Great Spirit, I thought of this old wise man with long gray hair, and you know, just that native cheekbone, and just a very strong, nurturing, wise soul. And that's who I thought of. But that was what was right for me at that time. Now I do have the balance, the female, male, but that was my computer. Hold on. I do have the balance, and I believe that there's a balance in everything, and I've discussed this in a vlog that I had. There's no absolutes you know, in my eyes, there aren't. Everything has a little bit of everything. Therefore, you know, Earth, even though it's traditionally feminine, could be masculine as well. It does have tones of that. I mean, look at the Green Man. He's undeniably Earth. You can't, I mean, but he's masculine. So everything has the ability to be both. Everything has that duality naturally within it. And words are the same way as well. And that's really what started me thinking. Like, for instance, you say, you know, someone is selfish. Well, maybe that person isn't selfish. Maybe they just know what they want. Maybe they have a sense of self-worth, that they know that they are worth this, and that, you know, they are a child of the universe and they deserve that much. It's really all in how you look at it. Everything is. You know, some people would say being fat is a bad thing, but you know what? I'm warm all the time, and I'm good to cuddle, and I have a lot of curve all over. It really depends on how you look at everything. Perception is everything. Regardless, I'm digressing. So yeah, I believe in energy. I believe in it flowing through everything. I believe that the divine takes on whatever form it needs to for you at that time, for whatever's right in your life. I believe in honoring the earth. I believe that if you take a life, you honor that life, and you use every piece of that animal. I am not vegan. I am not a vegetarian. I don't discriminate against those who are. However, that's not my path. I'm a little country girl who grew up with a bunch of hunters, so as long as, you know, people were hunting, then the deer population, for instance, was under control, and, you know, deers weren't getting ran over by cars and vice versa, and getting into things, and it just really, we are a part of the circle. We help keep the balance as well. We don't control, but we do our part, and I know that that is a very taboo subject, but for me personally, I'm a meat eater, and as long as it's done respectfully, I don't see the problem. I believe in what goes around comes around. I wouldn't say karma, because karma basically spans multiple lifetimes, but I'm still torn on that one, because as far as I'm concerned, you plan your life before you come into the world again. I believe in reincarnation, obviously, but in my world, you sit down on the other side with your spirit guides or your whatever, and you plan out what you want to do this life, what you want to learn, and you go learn it. And your spirit guides and everyone are around you to help assist you in this. You know, and vice versa too, because I'm sure you set up so that you run into other old souls that you've crossed the path of before, and you know, you learn things from each other there. But say for instance, and this is very taboo, but say for instance, in this lifetime I murder someone. In this lifetime I have to learn through the eyes of a murderer. In the next lifetime I could be murdered, and then I have to learn through the eyes of the victim. You know? Or attacked, or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. I think that it's purely here to learn and to see all sides of the coin. I feel like once you do, then you become like a sort of guide, a sort of spirit guide from beyond that assists everyone else. I think that's the ultimate goal, is being one with it all and being able to help others, because they are part of you. I still call the corners, I still invite the elements, and sometimes the four corners won't necessarily be like the watchtowers or the guardians, or anything like that. Sometimes they'll be the grandmothers or the dragons. because I'm very into dragons. So why did I choose my path? I chose my path because this is just what felt right. I had been to all different kinds of schools, I'd been to all different kinds of churches, and it never clicked. I mean, I was in a Christian private school when I was younger, and they would have us bow our heads and pray to God to take our sins or whatever away, and I felt like that was not for me. I felt like, no offense to Christians, but I felt like in my eyes that was a bit ridiculous. I hadn't sinned, I hadn't done anything wrong. Why am I asking for forgiveness if I haven't done anything? And therefore, why should I anyway if I don't mean it? Furthermore, why should I bow my head? I'm not ashamed. My parents, especially my mother, started researching our genealogy, and we started getting more into my native roots. Yeah, so we started doing that, and so in this, I realized that the Native Americans, when they speak to Great Spirit, they raise their head to him. If anything, it's kind of disrespectful to bow. It's like you're ashamed of yourself and what you've done. You connect directly to it because you are it. You are part of everything. You are the earth. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, that's me. That's what I believe, you know. And the whole Matakwe Oyesin, which is we are all connected, and just that was the start of me thinking of unity and everything being one giant web of mankind, and that really started it all. And I went to powwows and I danced and all this stuff, and yeah, so that was a good part of my early teens. And then towards the end, I started getting into Wicca, and I looked up like Wicca and that stuff too, Strega, which is like an Italian witchcraft. But yeah, I've always been really interested in mythology. I've always loved crystals. I've always been a very hands-on person. Like, I feel things. That combined with like energy medicine classes, combined with other stuff, it just felt right. I mean, that's the best answer I have. So yeah, that's why I chose it. It felt right. I would give many other reasons, but that pretty much sums it up. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye guys. Love and light.